This is Autoline Daily, the show dedicated to enthusiasts of the global automotive industry. There's a lot of news involving the Ford Motor Company today. Looks like the automaker has a smash hit with the new Bronco. Shortly after it started taking $100 deposits, the reservation page crashed because there was so much demand. Ford dealers say the interest in the Bronco has exceeded their wildest expectations. And while Ford will not say how many people plunked down deposits, we hear the first year's production is already sold out. The movie Ford vs. Ferrari may have helped one Mustang collector get a better payday. Ken Miles's prototype 1965 Shelby GT350R sold at auction for $3.85 million, making it the highest number a Mustang has ever sold for. Miles was a key figure in developing the Ford GT40 that won Le Mans, but tragically died during testing of one of the race cars. And just for comparison, a Concours Level 65 GT350R typically sells for a little over $1 million. Speaking of racing, Ford of Europe is turning to virtual racers and their games to help teach young kids how to drive. The automaker has been doing in-person training since 2013, which has seen 45,000 young drivers from 16 countries participate. But with the current environment we live in, Ford is switching to the virtual world. Team Fordzilla drivers use the multiplayer format of the game to set up certain scenarios, like hazard awareness, and make sure the procedures are done at realistic speeds. And this might be more useful than you're thinking. Ford commissioned a survey that found 33% of young drivers had already watched online tutorials on how to drive, and about half said they felt like video games improved their driving.
Engineer from anywhere. Perform tests from your office, lab, or living room. OTA, connected car, diagnostics, remote testing, we have you covered. Our hardware and software is trusted all over the world. Global company headquartered in Troy, Michigan. Intrepid Control Systems.
Hey, we're not quite done with Ford news yet. A company by the name of Lightning Systems is offering an all-electric powertrain for Ford F550 chassis cabs. The system features a total power output of 180 kilowatts and a 128 kilowatt-hour battery pack, which returns over 100 miles of range. The best part is, old buses can be retrofitted with the system as well. Ford is updating its Copilot 360 driver assistance system with upgraded camera-based technology from Mobileye. The system, which will be available globally, will be equipped in Ford's next-gen vehicles, including the new F-150 and Mustang Mach-E. As part of the deal, Ford will display Mobileye's logo in its Sync touchscreen menus. And in our final bit of Ford news, it introduced active versions of its Tourneo and Transit Connect vans for Europe. The active trim adds rugged SUV skid plates and cladding, as well as an optional mechanical limited slip differential and a raised ride height. The interior features exclusive seat trim patterns and stitching and active badging. Ford will start delivering the new Tourneo and Transit Connect active vans by the end of the year.
Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone Tires, your journey, our passion, and by Intrepid Control Systems, over-the-air engineering. Boost your game.
Mary Barra, the CEO of General Motors, says she thinks the auto industry is starting to recover and expects the U.S. economy to return to 90% of pre-pandemic levels early next year. But she also says there's a lot of uncertainty. Sandy Munro is hoping he can inspire the next Elon Musk to develop an electric car. So he's slashing the price of the benchmarking study he did on the BMW i3. That study, which is 23,793 pages long, covers everything from how BMW made the body to its battery and electronics. It has cost analysis and assembly processes, and Sandy Munro says it cost over $2 million to do the study, but he's now selling it for only $10. You can download your copy at munrolive.com. Automakers are struggling to sell vehicles during the pandemic, but it will remain that way even after it's over. A new study from KPMG says working from home and online shopping will result in Americans driving up to 270 billion fewer miles a year, even if there is a vaccine. Since people won't be driving as much, it could result in 1 million fewer vehicles being sold each year. Researchers expect 14 million vehicles to be taken off U.S. roads, and vehicle ownership will decline to less than 2 vehicles per household. This will hurt dealers and mechanics who won't have as many vehicles to service. But there is one silver lining. Demand for commercial vehicles is expected to increase due to the surge in online shopping. Business travel was decimated by the pandemic, and people will only go back to flying if they think that crowded airports are truly safe again. So Pratt & Miller developed this autonomous robot to disinfect airports. They call it the LAAD, or Large Area Autonomous Disinfecting Vehicle. It uses an electrostatic sprayer to spread disinfectant into the air and on surfaces that people will touch. Its sensors will make sure it completes its coverage. So far, the LAAD has been tested at an airport in Grand Rapids, Michigan, but Pratt & Miller says it can be used at convention centers, shopping centers, stadiums, and other large areas. You know what? We think Pratt & Miller is an impressive company, and it works on all kinds of technology, from aerospace to military to automotive. It's also the company that runs the Corvette racing team for Chevrolet. And in the past 2 IMSA races at Daytona and Sebring, those C8 Corvettes finished first and second. Corvette Racing has now won 101 races since it was formed in 1999. With that, we wrap up today's show. Thanks for watching.